Episode 73?
73 Thoughts and Friends podcast. We're recording this on Sunday night. The two NBA games, the first round of the conference semifinals, have concluded.
First round of the conference semifinals.
First game of the conference semifinals, have concluded. We'll talk about those. We'll recap the draft a little bit, give our really serious, nuanced takes about who had the best draft, and go from there. Sound good?
Yeah, I think I've got some really strong opinions that are going to be super valuable if you're really seriously into the NFL.
I think we should save the tape and look back and see if we're right on this.
Yeah.
I gotta do that.
No. Much like
Very
any sports,
unserious.
it's just us shouting into the void to a few people. Doesn't matter.
What we say is
just occupying my time.
Yep. Just inconsequential for the most part.
Yep.
But here we are. Let's start NFL draft.
Yeah.
First of all, before any players happen, who's going to the NFL draft?
It's one of the most unfathomable events to attend.
Who's going to the third day of the NFL draft? Like fourth, fifth round?
If you paint your face and show up cheering loudly for 3 straight days at the NFL draft,
figure it out. We've lost the plot.
You gotta find something else in your life.
Better hobbies. I get that you love your team. That's great. Not that much. Don't love them that much. Love them less.
What memory are you making on that day?
Where's it at? And we gotta go. There's got to be something to do there.
No, I think there's just crazy people. Because you think, we always say this, the people that paint their faces as adults at sporting events are like, you're psychos, you're not real people. All those people are at the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So like the
super fans that you see every
three
week.
out of 40,000 that are at the games, there's 1,000 people there. So it's just all those people go to the same place, and it's the NFL draft. But I'd even imagine, even Boltman's like, I don't know, the NFL draft, that's a little much, guys. It's like Justin Herbert got drafted. I don't give a shit. Fucking who's the Cardinals guy that wears the full uniform? Cortez.
Okay.
He wears a full uniform.
He gets the folks fired up.
Yeah.
And it's so these. We don't know much either, so it's not. But these fans, they go there and their team picks like this burly offensive guard from Boise State, and they're like, yeah, woo!
You could say any name. Saddam Hussein with the 4th over.
Are you kidding? The value in that?
Yeah, we needed an outside linebacker. Sure.
Saddam's got big size, nice burst, big time juice off the edge.
We're not worried about the off the field stuff.
No, hey, a problem certainly, but can he play? Yeah.
I think with our organization and the
structure we have,
we can turn Saddam around.
Please. What an all-time steal.
Did he firebomb a bunch of children? Yes. Is that
that was a long time ago?
Can he tackle?
He can get after the quarterback.
Guy gets sideline to sideline.
Deshaun Watson's got a job. Let's talk about it.
I can't imagine going to the NFL draft. It's unfathomable. I can't think of a single fun thing that would come from me going to the NFL draft.
There has to be something we don't know. There has to be access to these players, they sign autographs, they take pictures or something. There has to be a fan experience of some kind, because going and just standing,
the time in between picks, you're just standing there.
Yeah, we're watching on TV. You can hear some of the, but now, especially now after COVID, they have people zooming in talking about Mel wasn't even.
No,
Mel wasn't there, right?
No,
one of them
wasn't.
They
had 2 different broadcasts, which was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Essentially the exact same thing.
You don't even get the experience of hearing them break down picks. There's a set there that they build and talk about, but I don't know how far-reaching that is. In the crowd, if you're able to hear them break down picks, or who did we even take? There's a trade. There's another trade. There's who's on the. It seems like a nightmare. Also, the buffet of bits we have going on by these people making the picks, and I could do without it.
They don't the third round of the draft. The sick fucks that are going to watch the third round of the draft are going to watch. You're not going to. No one's going to see that clip on Twitter and be like, "Oh, the NFL draft. Whoa. I got to tune in." This guy, they're doing.
Dr. Disrespect just made the 167th pick in the draft. Are you kidding me?
And even then, I don't know how ratings work. If someone watches in for that 130 seconds to watch Dr. Disrespect, if that affects the rating, I assume it does a little, but
no fucking clue.
I have no idea.
Biggest, best kept secret
I don't
in the
know
world.
if they're just gaming the fucking system by doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, every single pick on like the third day is like there's just some wacky bit going on. That's not going to change anything. The people that are
You're
watching are
wasting
just
time.
pissed off and be like, I don't just
The people that are really into
say
it,
the fucking
that are going to
names.
be there no matter what, are just like, I don't.
Who is that for?
What I do like, they did a couple Make-A-Wish things. They did a couple like kids doing
I'll say
picks.
that.
That was really fun.
Make-A-Wish kids should make every pick of the draft.
Yeah.
We got
There was
Twitter.
one guy that, or it was not even a guy, it was like a probably 14-year-old kid.
Patriots,
that
I
was
think.
fired up, did a really good job.
We can find 262 sick kids.
100%.
Have them double up. Teams pick more than once.
Give away free tickets to any kid that wants to go.
Yes.
Well, these people with their fucking spiked shoulder pads and their goddamn
That's the other.
jet
that's one thing
helmets.
that I just realized. There's not. I didn't see a single child there. Not
No, it's
one,
grown men.
Not one
pathetic.
child there. It's all adults.
Let kids come and meet these players or something. What are we fucking doing?
Yeah, that's bizarre. It's all adults dressed like
It's-
fucking cartoon characters.
A random gathering of 100 people. How many men at that? You
What do
take
you
a
mean?
random group of 100 people out of that crowd on that first day. How many of them are men?
I don't know.
98?
98. Yeah, I mean, there's no
It's like
women there.
grown men in cosplay yelling for players they don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's one of the most pathetic gatherings in all
But
of the world.
this fits into my other long-standing theory that all those people that go to those games that are dressed up are actors and not real people. So that
I
this
like that theory.
is also just all actors. They're just those aren't real people.
My
I will say
experience.
I know somebody that was at the draft though this year. Which,
That's true, and he was just in a jersey.
He was just and he was like way in the back, and I assume was not
drunk
there.
as hell. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did he sell beer there?
Yeah, most people were drinking. I saw they were drinking beer, so I guess that's part. But like, of all the places in Vegas to get drunk, at the NFL draft outside seems like about the worst place in the entire city to get drunk.
Your
at.
actor thing, your plant actor. The first time I came in contact with this, we were at a Illinois Mizzou basketball game in St. Louis, and there was this fan that was in front of us that was just yelling the wildest shit ever at rep. We're like halfway up the arena, like no shot to even. He's yelling random shit at players, at other fans, at refs, and you're like, he has to be an actor. This just can't be.
I don't understand it.
person.
Anytime you go to a sporting event, there is always someone that if you pick your arm out and you spin around in a 360 degree, you will hit a person that you will not believe is a real person by the way they act in public. If you yell at a professional athlete from a distance that is far, far, far too far away from them to hear it, and you think, what are you do? Why are you doing that? You're mentally ill. You're a fucking idiot.
Just watch the game.
LeBron, you're flopping, dude. We're in the fifth deck. Why? Who's here? Who is that for?
Is it for the people around? You're trying to be
Everyone hates you.
the section comedian or what? I don't.
The people that are the fans of the
Shut up.
They hate you.
Shut up. So yeah, those are all just hired actors there in face paint and like cheese heads. And
Those
all.
people are actors. I think my life I've come around the people that that you go to a sporting event, it's just some random asshole that's just yelling nonsense.
Get
and
off your knees! You're blowing the. Come on, dude.
I think we're in a simulation. Those people are probably robots.
Okay.
They're just bots. Because,
Yeah.
normally you walk around, you just walk past people, you never interact with them. The software malfunctions a little bit when you get into the sporting events.
Yeah.
So that being
gotta
said,
go
next time I go to a sporting event, I hear that I'm going to kill them and see if they're
Ooh,
full
yeah.
of
Why don't you
full
cut
of-
them open?
full of wires and mechanics on the inside, or maybe they bleed like white cum juice, like the guy in Alien. You ever seen Alien?
Actually, yeah, I have.
The guys that are androids, whenever they bleed, like looks like cum. They bleed like white goo.
Okay. Yeah, let's cut a few people open there.
Yeah, so if you come to a sporting event with me, I'm going to murder somebody.
Let's go to the draft next year. It's in
It's
Kansas
at
City.
Arrowhead. Oh, we're going to see some fucking
It's
characters.
in Kansas City. Let's vlog at the draft.
If you also...
Let's cosplay.
Because here's the other thing. Like, Las Vegas, New York City, like, that's a trip. That's like... if you're going to Kansas
Green Bay,
City...
Wisconsin for the draft.
If you're like, honey, I'm going to Kansas City for the draft. I mean, why?
Don't come home. You were
He's
divorced.
Like, I don't love you anymore. You obviously love football more than you could ever love me.
Babe, what'd you do with my shoulder pads?
The ones with the spikes, not the ones that are green.
Where's my football pads?
This is the wrong color eye black, honey.
Dude.
You know this one gives me an allergic reaction. I break out in hives. The guys are going to make fun of me if I wear this eye black.
Grow the fuck up.
NFL draft.
I think it'd be really funny to go to the draft and do some shit.
Who are you?
We could
get to the bottom of it.
We could man on the street. We could go around and that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do it.
Who are these people? Who
Let's
are
go to
you?
Arrowhead next year.
Okay.
It's not that far.
No. Who the fuck are you?
This brought to my attention the NFL draft. It's like, imagine going and not just watching at home. It's so much better. What sporting events that you've been to, or I guess if you haven't, it's tough to do, are better actually live at the event rather than just watching on TV?
So, in my opinion, in terms of if you want to view the actual game, there is no sport that is better in person. None whatsoever. That seems fairly obvious to me. If the game you're going to has some sort of significance, it is cool to be there, and if the crowd is raucous, like the energy, much like going to a concert or anything, is fun.
That's fun.
Going to a game just to like get drunk and hang out because it's just live entertainment, also fun. But if you're actually in the sport and you like want to watch the game, you're like, what's the best way for me to process the information of what's happening best? There is no sporting event that exists where doing it in person is better, in my experience.
A lot of people say hockey is better in person. Disagree.
Yeah, you can't tell what the fuck's going on. No. You definitely can tell better on TV, but I get it. Like the energy and like live sports are fun to attend.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I just love the NFL draft.
They got announcers for a reason.
I love picking stuff. Love drafting.
Yeah, we need to do some sort of chat. Like,
we're tentatively going to the draft next year.
If we go 3 days to the end, like, how fucking bored will we be by that third day? I mean, after the first 35 picks, I'd never heard of a single person besides Malik Willis or the quarterbacks that was getting drafted.
Like mid-second round, especially my team didn't have a pick until after 100. I didn't give a shit.
After Nakobe Dean got picked, other than Malik Willis, I'd never heard of a single player picked.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
It was here and there, just guys.
Maybe, like
you're like,
odd running back.
Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, okay. The very last player of the draft I'd heard of, but he's a quarterback, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
Played for 7 years.
All right. Tentatively going to Arrowhead next year. It'll be a mess. What are you gonna dress up? You just gonna wear a jersey, or are you gonna?
No, that's what we should do. We should dress up like NFL draft people.
I know. Yeah, we should cosplay the draft.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny.
Maybe this season I pick a team.
You should. I'll wear like some dumb ram head thing. It'll be really stupid.
What if I just mark it down right now? Whoever wins the Super Bowl this year, I'll root for them going forward.
Okay, sure.
We could do a more creative way of doing it. But I don't give a fuck about being a bandwagon fan. Like, yeah, I don't want to root for a bad team. That's fucking. You should root for a bad team on purpose. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
You get fucked and get born into rooting for bad teams. Yeah. No one intentionally is like, I want to hurt myself.
Yeah, just pick a good one.
And also just like, if I root for a bad team, it just won't hurt. I just won't care. I'll just be like, I don't care about this anymore. We should come up with some elaborate system.
I like this.
Where over the 17 weeks of the season, I pick who
you cosplay as.
What team I'll theoretically root for.
Maybe whoever has the first pick or who has the most, something you can get like fired up about.
No, we'll come up with some sort of game, some sort of system for it.
Tentatively going to the draft. Sounds like fun. Any takes on the actual NFL draft?
So the big things for me were Malik Willis going like 80th overall, or however low he went, was crazy. We were in shock and awe that he kept plummeting the way that he did. That was really the big thing to me. Everything else was pretty straightforward, like some minor stuff like Derek Stingley going ahead of Sauce Gardner, but there was some buzz that the Texans really liked him.
Yeah.
The guy from Georgia went first, and Hutchinson went second. That was pretty chalk. There really wasn't hardly any surprises. Pickett going to the Steelers was not a total shock.
No.
Really wasn't a lot going on. There was a few trades, but... A.J. Brown getting traded was a pretty big deal.
We talked about this. It was probably night 2. It would have been on Friday night as round 2 and 3 were going on. I believe... I don't think he showed up for night 2. But we talked about Malik Willis's agent. Like, if you don't... You got to have better
Surely he
intel.
wasn't there, right?
He wasn't there. He wasn't there for night 2, I don't believe, because there's video of him and some people... when he got picked.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, he was at like your typical
like draft party type
with
thing.
your family
On night 2, but he was definitely there night 1, as far as I know.
Really?
Which is,
Ugh.
yeah.
Ugh.
Because I mean, technically there was buzz he could go too. I think it was obviously total bullshit now, but even during the buzz, I was like, no shot. Maybe a little bit later, but
the fact that's even on the table, they're obviously hearing something from somebody that they like him enough. I mean, he went the 3rd round. He went in the 70s.
he sucks, right?
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he's any good. Shocked. Like, I'm fully anticipating, like, 2 years in the NFL and out.
The Falcons took Desmond Ritter before him.
Yeah. Desmond Ritter. Talk about a guy that you just pretty much know what you got.
Uninspiring.
You know what you got.
Yeah, that guy's like 30.
You're going to be probably a solid backup, good locker room guy. If we have to throw you in there, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Pickett went 20th to the Steelers. Ritter went in the 3rd round. Malik Willis. Ritter went in the 3rd round to the Falcons. Malik Willis also 3rd round to the Titans. The Panthers took our boy Matt Corral.
Best quarterback in the class.
And the best landing spot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Pickett to the Steelers. He could start the first year. But
Corral could probably get a lot of run this year.
Corral is better than Sam Darnold right now. Thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to project quarterback. Sam
think
Darnold. Sam Darnold's as bad as it
I'll
gets.
say
He's
this:
not
Sam
gonna be that
Darnold
much
we
worse.
know's bad.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean,
Corral could be bad too.
Matt
but
Corral's gonna play a lot of snaps this year. I think.
I think he'll play more than 0.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be because guys get hurt. He's gonna be the second string. Like he's gonna get in there.
Bailey
We'll see what we
Zappi went
got.
to the Patriots in the 4th round. Sam Howell went to the Commanders in the 5th round, and Carson Strong and his fucking debilitated knees went undrafted. Sad. Can't move.
I could be a GM. Shit's not that hard.
Yeah, Carson Strong staying. I don't even know if he has a team yet.
Yeah, I saw he signed with somebody I don't remember though.
Shout out Kirby Joseph, ILL.
Maybe the Eagles?
Went to the Lions.
Maybe the Eagles. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you may be right. Any drafts you liked or didn't like that stood out?
Jets did really well, I thought. They got Ahmad Gardner. They got the guy for the edge from Florida State and
Jermaine Johnson. They traded back into the 1st round.
and Garrett Wilson. So
Yep,
3
at 10.
guys that I think
Impact-
definitely in certain mock drafts were all like top 15 picks. Getting all those.
Impact players at impact spots.
I
in
really
theory.
liked what they did.
Yeah, easy to like when you have 3 first-round picks. They also took Ruckert, the tight end from Ohio State.
Sure. I
Good
love
draft.
nothing more than instant NFL draft grades.
Oh yeah,
Talk about something that's an absolute crapshoot that
Yeah.
means nothing at
They
all.
also took Breece Hall from Iowa State, running back. That's
Best running back in the class, according to people who
I think that's probably
are
right.
paid to decide
After
that
taking
sort of thing.
Michael Carter, they didn't spend a lot of capital on him last year, but a little surprising to take another one. But
Running backs don't matter. We'll
Second
just
round.
run through them all.
yeah, let's just run them all on the ground. Fuck them. Let's see. I would say I agree. I like what the Jets did. Everyone's raving about the Baltimore Ravens. They drafted your boyfriend Kyle Hamilton.
2 Hall of Famers, him and Linderbaum.
Pretty good
Linderbaum,
fit.
that's the center
Yeah.
from Iowa.
Yep.
Best center in the class, best safety in the class. Someone else.
They got mid-second round, like 45-ish overall, David Ojabo. They picked him.
Yeah. Oh, smashed it.
Yeah.
Smashed it.
Pretty good. They took Travis Jones also.
They drafted the guys that 3 years from now, obviously, could not work out, but 3 years from now, it would be shocking to be like, oh, yeah, duh.
Oh, it's because he was hurt. He's just a Pro Bowler.
It's like, draft the guys that are really good at football, maybe, rather than, project this. Is like, these three guys we know are very good at football.
There's no value in taking a safety and a center in the first round.
What if they're really good? What if they're the best in the league at those positions?
I'd prefer to have bad players and not pay them.
The safety is he's the best safety in the NFL. But what if we'd gotten the 15th best defensive end in the NFL with that? You know,
I liked
I
what.
guess. I don't know.
Are you done? Are you good?
Fuck, whatever.
Dude, it's called positional value. All right, look it up. Look at a chart.
Pick the good players.
Yeah, games played on paper.
Dude, he's fast in tights.
The Lions. I liked what the Lions did. They took Hutchinson, which is pretty chalk, and then. Traded back up to draft Jameson Williams, who, in my opinion, is the best receiver in the class.
Yeah, I like that because
he said he's going to be ready for camp. Like he's going to be ready in August.
I was watching videos of him working out. I think
it's
ACL,
been 4 months,
torn ACL. You're like day to day now.
I'm good.
They'll patch you up on the sideline. You can get back in there for the fourth.
Also, I just mentioned before, Kirby Joseph, safety out of Illinois. They took
ILL.
him too. Superstar. PFF's top graded safety in the country for a period of time last year. Not to brag, we're a factory. Who else? What'd you think of the Titans? They traded A.J. Brown and then took Burks to replace him. Took Roger McCreary out of Auburn and then took Malik Willis in the third round. I think that's fine.
I think it's fine. It's surprising that they are sort of, I guess, not punting on the right now, but
they're in
definitely,
cap hell. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They're paying Tannehill. They're paying Derrick Henry. They're in cap hell. They got some good.
Don't pay running backs. Don't pay mediocre quarterbacks, folks.
They've got some good pass rushers that they paying. They're Taylor Lewan, left tackle. They're paying like $17 million. They're in cap hell.
Yeah, A.J. Brown, that was not a football move. That was a money move.
Guys, he's pretty good.
Like I said, I really like Treylon Burks. I wouldn't be shocked
Agree.
if he's the best wide receiver in this class. Like we said before, really deep class, but Treylon Burks is sort of like an A.J. Brown light, kind of. I mean, similar body types, similar types of players, both SEC guys. I like that. Taking Malik Willis, I mean, I guess
it's no risk. It might as well.
Yeah, where you took him.
We know Tannehill is fine. He can win games. He's not the guy I want.
He also lost us our last playoff game.
He's not the guy I want pulling the trigger in the playoffs.
He was the reason we did not beat the Bengals.
A third-round flyer on Willis, I think that's perfectly fine.
We sacked Joe Burrow 100 times and lost.
Yeah, actually 11 times. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
No business losing that game. But yeah, I think that's fine. A lot of people gave the Packers a hard time because they took Quay Walker, the linebacker from Georgia.
They finally took a receiver
in the second round.
But you and me.
I love it. I really like their draft. They took 2 Georgia defenders.
They had
Tough game.
Good defenders on their team.
Tough game. Pretty good.
Take the good football players.
Pretty good defense. Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, 2 good defensive players. Early in the second round, took Christian Watson.
DK Metcalf, folks.
We love it.
DK Metcalf.
Devontae Adams, who? North Dakota State, stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Watson, love that for them. And I think their defense is going to be sneaky pretty good next year with adding those 2 players to it.
Rookie of the year, Christian Watson. What are his odds? Give me some tickets.
They don't have.
Give me some money.
They don't have guys to catch. There's no quarterbacks.
Kenny Pickett is not winning Rookie of the Year next year. I got bad news.
Breece Hall is going to share time with Carter.
Where did Kenneth Walker get drafted?
I don't remember. I need to look. But yeah, I think these receivers have to be top of mind for.
So, and I mean, Watson's going to be 6th, 7th highest odds probably of those guys.
I think he's going to step into a lot of targets.
Me too. And I think he's got the talent.
Kenneth Walker to the Seahawks.
Okay. I mean, yeah, they're a committee also, but they don't really have a solid.
Yeah, they're a terrible team. They're going to be losing a lot. I really like what the Packers did. Quay Walker, off the ball linebacker at 22 is #bad value.
Positional value.
Yeah, but
good football player.
Really good football player. Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle, and draft crush Christian Watson, size speed freak. Giddy up.
Eagles got Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean fell because I guess
he's got A.J. Brown.
He's got a shoulder. Yeah, and they got A.J. Brown. Love that for them. Nakobe Dean's got a shoulder, I guess. That was the reason he fell so much. He's got an injury thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't get surgery And then he's got like an ankle, a shoulder. He's got all kinds of medical he went like the 3rd round or something.
Yeah,
shit, right?
it had to be some medical stuff. Like, obviously, he was going to go in the second round.
There was a point where it got to pick like, I don't know what pick he was exactly, but got to pick like 80, 85-ish, and the Rams are picking at 104. And I'm like, I don't give a shit if this dude is like terminal. We got to take him at 104.
Mm-hmm.
This guy can play. I don't give a shit what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
He ended up going at like 85 or 90. Sad. Chiefs got Sky Moore in the 2nd round. They traded up for McDuffie and Karlaftis. Whatever. Not really that exciting, but I think those 3 are pretty good players. Least favorite. Patriots, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. It seems like this lineman they took, it feels like there's a lot of like coaches that are like, just so they don't disagree with Bill Belichick and they're wrong, or just like, yeah, I also had this guy graded really high.
How about Sean McVay and their
Snead?
Their GM, Les Snead. Just they didn't play. I couldn't decide if they were like mocking him or if they were like, damn, we had him graded high too. We were hoping he was going to slip, type of thing.
I don't think it was mocking as much as it was just like we were very surprised. Nobody in the world thought he was going to get drafted this high.
We thought he would. To have your first pick at 104 and you scouted him and he goes in the 1st round, yikes.
Also, and I don't know, I cannot emphasize to you enough how little I know about playing offensive line.
Less than 0.
But I watched a bunch of film and people who in theory can break down offensive line of him at the Senior Bowl just getting absolutely destroyed by everyone he was going up against. All the guys he was getting destroyed by got picked 50 picks after he did. I mean, way later.
He's a guard.
Yeah, he's
not even like
just getting
it's like super
blown off the ball by
super
people.
Replaceable. Bill
Weird
Belichick
one.
though.
Weird one.
He's a genius. People forget that.
Yeah.
They also took Tyquan Thornton, the guy that fake broke the combine record. That guy's he's not working out.
No.
They got a pretty strong track record of fucking fumbling receivers, let alone guys that are just track speed tights fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to go bad.
Yeah. I saw the Browns drafted a guy that's like the highest. They have some sort of system for like the athleticism rankings.
The relative athletic score?
Yeah. They took the highest rated wide receiver in the history of the NFL and like the 7th round. That dude just cannot catch at all.
He's got one arm.
He
What's
literally
his problem?
might just have nubs for hands. Just doesn't even have hands.
Like the best athlete in the combine of all time. You're like 7th round.
Yeah, he's like 6'4",
Can't
like
play.
225 pounds. Ran like a 4.4. Had like a 45-inch vertical.
Can he catch?
Probably not. I'd imagine.
Confirmed not.
0% chance he can catch a football.
Who else stunk? Let's talk. Hollywood got traded to the Cardinals. I didn't get it. I don't think he's that good. I think he's a fine player.
I saw an interview of him just saying, I don't want to play for the Ravens anymore. I don't know why. He's like, I love Lamar. I told Lamar about it, and it was nothing to do with him. I was very unhappy playing there. He's just sitting down.
It's like a lack of
straight up. It's just
looks.
He just said he was unhappy, like living in Baltimore. I don't know.
I could see that.
Just didn't like to be there. I don't know.
Huh.
He said he was just very unhappy, which was weird.
Fair enough. But yeah, giving up a 1st round pick for him and then having to pay him fairly soon doesn't really make sense to me. I don't think he's that great. I mean, A.J. Brown is a top 10 receiver. Hollywood Brown is not that.
No.
So I think that was an overpay. I think they're trying to make Kyler happy, trying to get that figured out. So didn't love that. They also took a tight end when they just traded for Zach Ertz, and they have Max Williams, who got hurt last year. I don't know. Seems weird. The Falcons took Drake London as the first receiver. Didn't love that. I don't think he's the best receiver, especially taking him at 8. I also think their roster is very bad, and they should have taken a more valuable position there.
It seems like defense would have been good.
Trade back, get more picks, defense, etc. They're not
good receivers with bad quarterbacks. Pretty useless.
And we were talking about this. There's just gonna be a fairly deep receiver class every year.
Mm-hmm.
Look around college football. There's just, and you also mentioned these guys that are playing running back. These awesome athletes who say, "Fuck this."
Yeah, the guys that are high-level recruits that are like playing running back and receiver will always pick receiver.
Now, we're trending that way. It used to be like we just pound the rock. These guys get drafted in the 1st round. We're past that. These classes of receivers are going to be 5, 6, 7 in the 1st round every year.
Yeah, I saw some stat, the amount of top 100 recruits who are receivers has gone up like 30% in the last 10 years, and the amount of running backs has gone down
College
like 25%.
throws the ball. Across football, there's more throwing. The better players are playing receiver. So just taking one at 8 just doesn't make a lot of sense when your whole team's bad and you have no one to throw to. Whatever. Didn't love that. They also took Desmond Ritter. Does he get any snaps this year?
Marcus Mariota could be a total disaster, so maybe. I don't know.
He could also was a strong candidate to get hurt. He runs around a little bit.
Yeah,
They have a bad offensive.
Matt
Ryan almost got killed.
He'll probably play some.
Yeah. Don't think he's very good.
No, not really.
Any other drafts you want to talk about? Commanders took Jahan Dotson at 16.
That was
I guess too high. Probably.
I think he's good, but
it gets a meh.
All these people that have low graded drafts, I don't know who any of these players are, so it's hard for me to say. Which I guess is inherently kind of bad, but I don't know. It's a lot of these teams took like offensive linemen. It's like, I don't know. Maybe that guy's terrible.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't know jack shit about offensive line. So
that guy could be Jonathan Ogden. That guy could be the worst lineman in the history of football. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know next to nothing about offensive line. So
just trust what Mel Kiper tells me.
Yeah, Mel Kiper.
Now here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
Dodd. Here's a guy. 4.2 speed.
You do some pretty good Mel.
He's a 4.2 speed guy. He likes eating pumpkin pie on the weekends. He's got big physical hands up the middle. Dodd. That's all I got.
Yeah. It's a pretty good Mel.
Yeah, if I listen to him for a while, I have to listen to him for a while.
Give me some. Let's give me some Mel. You want to transition to NBA? You done with the draft?
Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
All right. What would Mel think about the first day of the conference semifinals?
Dodd, here's a guy, Giannis Antetokounmpo from Greece. He's big, long, physical. He's got powerful athlete. He's got good bend off the edge, getting around off the dribble, getting to the basket. He'll 1-2 Euro step up, and a lot of teams around the league really like this guy. Dodd.
Good breakdown. You nailed it. Good breakdown. You been watching that tape?
Yeah.
Before we go to Celtics, Bucks, and Grizzlies, Warriors, we haven't had a podcast since the Suns Pelicans ended.
Mm-hmm.
Suns light. I'm all in next year.
Yeah, here's the thing. They looked awesome this year. Their players are great.
What?
Zion has been kind of a circus his entire career.
Trade him.
They'll never do that. They won't do that. They shouldn't trade it. I mean, see what
Why?
Play him first. Don't play him zero. Don't trade him this offseason. But, if
in your heart of hearts, do you think that he would sign an extension and play there?
If they're good this year, yeah.
They're good.
Well, we'll see if they're good next year.
Why wouldn't they be?
Shit happens all the time.
Assuming no injury.
We were saying this shit about the Hawks last year. Like, dude, the Hawks are ready. The Hawks have next. The Hawks are poised. You didn't think they would be the 10 seed this year. You thought they would be competitive and a solid team. You thought they would be firmly a top 7 team in the East, probably.
Yeah, that's pretty safe.
Shit happens.
Yeah, but adding Zion to
obviously
this team.
On paper, again, we don't play the game on paper. I think they'll probably be pretty good. Can they compete? Can they legitimately win the NBA Finals next year? No, I don't believe so.
I disagree. I'm looking at Pelly's futures. I think.
No.
What's the difference between this team and that Suns team that in the bubble that had a nice overachieving, strong finish? I think they're just like that team.
Chris Powell's more valuable than Zion.
Yeah. But adding an all-star level player, a game-breaking player to a team that overachieved, got some good experience against a championship caliber team, I really think that they could. Awesome coach, too.
Yeah, great coach. I don't want to disparage the Pelicans at all. I more just want to emphasize how fucking hard it is to win the finals.
Yeah,
and
I'm not saying they're going to win. I think they're live.
It is very rare that a team has never made it out of the first round, makes jumps from that to winning the finals without adding multiple like Hall of Fame caliber players.
I'd be interested to look at that.
I can't imagine it's hardly ever happened. Like let's just.
Did the Warriors win a series?
Yeah,
they won one series and then
made
fired.
It to the second round, I believe. Let's see, 20. Okay. Yeah.
I think they're really good. All right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not trying to
That's my first look next year. Give me the futures on the Pellies.
Nope, I was wrong. They did lose in the first round in 2014.
Didn't add shit.
Then they won in 2015.
They didn't add shit. They had the same team. Now we're adding an all-star. One of the best prospects we've seen since LeBron James.
Yeah, maybe.
That one thing changes your whole... They're fucking ready. That was a great experience. They've got everything you need. Everything you need. Maybe get a little bit more rim protection. I think Valanciunas is really good, though. They're getting contributions from undrafted and second-round players. Big Alvarado, as much as you hate him, biggest villain in the league. Herb Jones, second-round player, very important. And then you can pay the stars. They've got shooter.
Trey Murphy.
I mean, I'm all in.
No, I think they're going to be sick.
They've got picks.
I think they're going to be sick. Not disagreeing.
I couldn't
with you.
be more in.
I think they're going to.
I think the Pelicans are my favorite team in the NBA, and that is a
how funny is
180.
It? How funny is
I
it
hope
that
they trade Zion?
That's so funny. They're my favorite team. I hope they trade the best player.
I don't think that. But I also never said I dislike Zion. I think he has limitations as a player, and that's just true.
But you were not very nice about bringing that up. Even back in Duke, even back in
300 pounds.
Even back at Duke, you were like, "This guy, let's relax."
My biggest thing about him was he weighs too much. The way he plays is gonna get him hurt. What's happened?
But you can't now just say, "I like him. He's great. I love him."
The talent's never been the question. He can't shoot, which is rule 1.
I understand that, but
can he shoot? Can he shoot?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's disingenuous for you to say, "Oh, I always liked him. He's fine."
I did not always. I didn't like as a person. I think he's a nice. I'm not rooting against him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like 95% of pro athletes. So there's very few pro athletes that have any type of personality that is strong enough that I would dislike them or like them either way.
Against?
Who
did you root against? You don't root against anybody?
No, not really. Like even like Patrick Beverley, it's like I love heels. Like I root for them, I guess, but I don't really root against them. Like Pat Beverley, like Jose Alvarado, like if you root for the other team, you're like, fuck this guy. But as a neutral viewer, you're like, this rocks. He's getting under Chris Paul's skin.
Yeah.
Like Chris Paul's the same way. It's like watching Darth Vader in the movies.
Pelicans are my favorite team in the league.
Okay, fair.
Can't wait till
fun.
they come to the Shy. I'm going to go to every game.
They're fun.
Or 2 games they come
I think they add like 2 veteran like Danny Green types. They're cooking. That's what they need. They need more 3-point shooting. That hurt them. There were long stretches where they just could not hit a shot. They also, but adding Zion in theory helps this. Like their two leading scorers rely a ton on jump shooting, which is not a super consistent way to win a lot of games.
Yeah, McCollum in that game 6 just went super cold and they can't
get to the basket. Like there's a reason he's like a number 2 or 3 on a good team. Like
Zion, bringing Zion back.
Brandon Ingram's going to keep getting better. Brandon Ingram can kind of score at all levels, but even he's not like an elite finisher at the rim, and he relies on like a lot of really tough shots.
Yeah, bringing Zion back and having McCollum be like a third option and not rely quite as heavily. Hopefully get more open looks. Right, he takes and makes a lot of really tough shots.
That's the thing. It's like hard to win, and like they're good, they're awesome. It's you need tough shot makers, but it seems like a majority of those 2 guys' offense is tough shots.
Who's a good vet point guard they could bring in? I like Alvarado and what he can bring, but I think like a George Hill type of vet. I mean, like not maybe him exactly, but just like a guy that can settle the ship a little bit when things get bad. and not lean so much on Alvarado. I don't know what they were doing in this series outside of he just kind of played a lot. I don't know. I can see that, and maybe adding a more of a rim protector. But I kind of like the small ball Nance.
Ooh, Ricky Rubio.
Ooh,
Big.
perfect.
Yeah, would love Ricky Rubio.
Perfect. And he'd never don't shoot once. Just dish it out.
Here we go. We make 2
Beautiful.
signings. We sign Ricky Rubio. We sign Joe Ingles. We're good to go.
Let's bang threes
Cooking with gas.
and win a title.
Yeah, cooking with gas.
I got Larry Nance. Jackson Hayes is an idiot, but he's athletic.
There's
a guy I might root against.
I might
Yeah.
hate him.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
sucks.
He seems
But
like the
when
worst.
Zion comes back, that's not a problem because he just right into that spot.
Yeah.
You can play him at the 5. All right, the Pelicans talk's over. No one gives a fuck. I give a fuck. What are the Jazz going to do?
Probably run it back and fucking.
Really?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's hard
They
to
can
let
do
go.
that, but
It's hard to let go.
you think they'll try a new coach?
Yeah, if anything, they'll fire Quinn Snyder, which will not be the problem. Well, maybe a little. He was very strict and stringent on never switching it up. Did not make any adjustments defensively. He's like, this is getting us beat. We're just going to keep doing it.
What can you get for Mitchell?
I would think a pretty good return. I mean, less than you could have got last
Is stock
year.
low, maybe? I don't know.
His stock is definitely low. He had a bad series. He's getting older. His lack of defensive ability got as exposed as it ever has. Not good.
That doesn't make sense to me. How he's not.
He's small. I guess.
He's short. Yeah,
he's short, and he's just I don't know. Like people kind of underrate. There is like a skill and like a mental, craftiness to playing defense that some guys just don't have. There's Russell Westbrook, for example, terrible defender, one of the best athletes to ever play. It's not a 1-to-1 thing.
Mitchell and Gobert are on the same timeline. They have 3 years remaining plus a 4th year on player options. So those are identical. Gobert actually makes a little bit more money. So that's what they have left. If you were running the Jazz, who's the Celtics guy that's running the Jazz now?
Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge is running the Jazz. What do you do? It's your decision. What's your course of action? Coach, player, personnel. What are some
I'd probably
first moves?
Fire the coach.
You would.
And probably trade.
Ingles coming back, which is
No, they traded Joe Ingles.
oh, that's right. He got hurt and they
traded him.
Bailed for money. I don't know where he'll sign. I could see him just sign him back, but
They could just sign him back.
I forgot about that. You're right.
So you have Bogdanovich kind of locked in, which is fine. I don't love him. I'd probably trade Donovan Mitchell, as crazy as that sounds. I think what Rudy Gobert does is much more rare in the modern NBA than what Donovan Mitchell does. Donovan Mitchell, I think the last 2 seasons we thought he was going to take a step.
He's not getting
get to another level. He's kind of been the same guy for 2 or 3
plateaued a
years
bit.
now. So
in that
I don't think he's going to ever get into that
20 range.
First team All NBA. He was really good this year, but he's never going to be the best player on a championship team.
And not going to be a two-way type of guy that you can
No.
really rely on both. Yeah.
And I just think you.
What are you looking for? Who are you calling first?
I don't fucking know. Probably draft picks, to be honest. And obviously, if I'm a real GM, my brain would be different. I'm doing this if I was a 2K GM, basically, and didn't have to live with it every day. I would just.
It seems like there's been a lot of connection to
lottery
for the Knicks.
I don't want it. I mean,
Barrett and
I would do it
picks?
for Barrett. If I'm the Knicks, I would not do that.
I wouldn't either.
I think
they're going to try
to. RJ Barrett, if he reaches his ceiling, could be better than Donovan Mitchell, and he's
I think so too.
5 years younger, however much younger he is.
I don't know.
If I'm the Jazz, absolutely, I would trade him for RJ Barrett. Wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah,
about
I said
it.
RJ Barrett and picks. It might be the other way around.
Yeah, honestly, I'd do it straight up if I'm. Yeah,
Yeah. I might tear it the fuck down.
Here's the other thing: if you're trading for an active superstar, most of these superstars can be. I don't want to live in Utah.
Yeah,
you gotta.
tough.
You have to draft,
and that's the thing about places like
this.
That's
the shitty thing. They hit in the draft on both these guys.
That's the thing about places like this. It's so hard to tear it down because it's so hard to get to where they're at. It's so hard to build a great winner in Utah.
Yeah,
it's all draft. It's all hitting, like the Pelicans have on these late picks to really make a difference. and make a winner. It's so tough because
Also,
no free
Pelicans
agents.
got a number 1 overall pick, and then
Right,
they
yeah, exactly.
had another number 1 overall pick. They traded for
got
like
a bunch of
3
assets,
number 2
yeah.
overall picks.
It takes a lot of luck when you're not destination franchises. So I could see him trying one more year for that reason too.
Yeah, I don't think they'll blow it
up
because what are they going to do? They don't want to lose.
Yeah, and they're both locked up long term on max deals. Yeah, they probably just run it back, don't they, with a new coach?
Probably, yeah. They'll be the 6th seed and they'll lose in the first round. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
There's going to be there's going to be a 3-week stretch in the regular season. We're like, Jazz are looking pretty good. I don't know. Yeah.
So, yeah, damn, they're making all these threes.
Dude, the ball movement, the defense with Gobert at the head of it, it's pretty crazy.
Is Gobert the best defensive player of all time? People are asking. They're shooting all these threes.
These trends, we just forget about
What's
them every
going on
year.
out there in Salt Lake? Yeah. What's going on?
Love the way they play together as a team. Honestly, what they should do is probably trade Mike Conley, but I don't know who even wants Mike Conley at this point. I don't know how much money he's making.
I never
either.
really valued Mike Conley that highly. I don't know.
I think he's past his prime now, but in his prime, he was a very good point guard.
That's true. That's
very
true.
valuable player.
The Heat are getting a pretty good draw.
It sucks. So I assume Embiid's going to play some games.
He's out game 1 and 2. He's going to try to play game 3.
That sucks. Like in my mind, you just wear a mask, but I don't know how that
He has
works.
I think, like a pretty bad concussion that he can't play through.
That'll do it. There's my rant. I was going to say something. Games that are well within hand, if there's 5 minutes left in the game, take all your good players
I don't
out.
get it. They were up by 30.
They were up by 25 points with under 4 minutes left. Call a timeout immediately and take your players out.
Yeah, I didn't.
How do we have to keep making How do we have to keep making this mistake? If they make a run and they get back, call another timeout. Put the players back in.
There's not enough time, guys. The game's over. Take them out. I don't get it.
At 5 minutes, in theory, a team could make a 20-point comeback. Just 1 in a million. And if they cut it in half, easy fix. Just put them back in the game.
Easy fix.
Once you take them out, you don't have to leave them out. Put them back in the game.
I don't think that's
Derrick Rose, Joel Embiid. How many players are we going to see do this?
Yeah. Sad. I think the Heat would have beat them anyways.
Me too. Would have been a fun series otherwise. Yeah. Now it's going to be a drubbing.
Like 5. Maybe they'll win in.
How many games before James Harden completely gives up?
3. I think we
that's
get
good.
2,
that's
2.5.
That's a big effort from him.
Late third quarter, early fourth quarter of game 3.
Will the Philly fans start booing him by then?
Yes. Game 4, mid second quarter, game 4, when it's going bad, when they're about to get swept on their home court. Yeah. I don't think James Harden is what he used to be, folks.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'll say he's looked pretty good.
He's looked fine.
Game.
Yeah, he's looked fine.
Got to the basket okay. It's weird. It's odd. It's like day to day he's a different person. Today I'm slow. Today
his
I'm
body's
not
very
slow.
moody.
It's weird. It is strange. He is an enigma.
Yeah. I hear you, James. Shit, we get old. You wake up one day, you feel great. You wake up another day, your knees hurt. You got a low back deal. You got an ankle.
Why do I have a headache all the time? What's happening?
I didn't even drink. Why am I hungover? Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
You're getting old. We're not the MVP self we used to be. I hear you. But,
Can't go out and party with Lil Baby every night now. You're 35 years old.
Yeah, stop going to strip clubs every night and doing cocaine off strippers' asses.
Grow the fuck up, James.
Grow up.
It can't be fun anymore. It's got to just be a hollow experience.
James,
at this point.
your life's over. You can't. It's over.
You're not going to have any more fun ever
Hang
again.
it up. Hang it up. You hang up your personal life. It's over.
Yeah, you're too old. You're old balls.
James, you're washed.
Yeah, you're done.
Socially, you're washed.
You're done.
I need you to accept that.
Basketball-wise, you're washed.
Yeah, it's true.
Compared to being arguably the best player in the NBA, you're washed.
Yeah.
God, he was so good in like 2017.
Yeah, he scored like 36 points a game.
He was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, get to 30, 33, life sucks. Maybe medieval times had it right. Just die at like 35.
Yeah, I think we're kind of fucking with
This
God a
life
little bit.
expectancy
Like
thing is
like the universe, God got it right the first time.
let's have
He's
a
like,
sweet 35 years and just call it.
you get to a point, tuberculosis, you cough up your lung, you die. Like, what are we doing this last 35?
Everyone just drinks wine every day and just has awful nutrition and just gets sick and die at like 30.
drink mead and eat turkey legs every day. It rocks.
Yeah.
Maybe you get
Something to
impaled
consider.
in battle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
Fall off a horse, get trampled.
Yeah. Something light. I don't
Casual.
know.
Get stoned to death
You know,
in the
just
town
sit
square.
on my couch for 35 years, fucking waiting for the end, you know?
just running the clock out.
Just staring off into the abyss, thinking about all the mistakes I made in my life.
Yeah.
You don't have time.
All those what ifs.
Yeah, you're worried about not dying every second of the day and
Yeah.
14-12. You're worried about being raped and pillaged every second of the fucking day.
Yeah, when's the next group of bandits going to run up on horseback?
Yeah. Did you hear there's a black plague? Everyone's just
Trying to-
rolling out their families in a cart in the town square because they're all fucking getting their insides eaten from the inside out.
Trying to outrun hay fever.
Yeah. Oh, you got sick. You dead.
Never heard of this. You're fucked. You got a week.
Are you the town quotations doctor? Take a look at this. You'd be like, I got nothing.
Yeah, drink some vodka, maybe.
I got this leaf. Eat these leaves. I think it's usually
You can try it.
works.
It's not going to work.
They're just like, this ibuprofen. I don't know.
Honestly, just shoot me in the head.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the leg off. I have a headache. Just trust me.
Yeah.
It sucks the bad blood out, puts the good blood back in.
What were we talking about? Oh, James Harden's washed.
Not something nearly as interesting
James Harden's washed.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medieval times. This should be a medieval times podcast. That's much more interesting than the NBA.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting medieval, fucking Giannis. How about this guy?
What a segue.
How about this guy?
What a pro.
He got medieval on those fucking
Damn.
Boston Celtics.
Yeah, he
today,
did.
Didn't he?
Dude did some passing and jumping.
Yeah, triple-double like
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Trip dub.
It turns out the greatest sports talk radio strategy in history didn't work. Just take their best player away and make the other guys beat you. Didn't work.
Never heard of that one before.
Every coach, every analyst, everyone ever is like, if they just take the best player away,
Boys, gather around. Here's what we're gonna
make
do.
the other guys beat us.
Gather around. Here's what we're going to do.
But there's also the others like, we're going to let him get his and make the other guys beat us.
We're going to take the best player in the league, and we're just going to take him away.
Giannis, we're just not going to let him get to the basket.
We're going to stop him. Guys, listen to me. I don't think we're just going to stop him from doing what he wants to do.
We're not going to let this fucking 6'12 demigod just Euro step us to hell and dunk the ball through the
First of
Earth's
all,
crust.
Let's normalize saying 6'12 and not just 7 feet.
He's a monster.
You like that?
Yeah,
Maybe go
it's good.
6'12?
It makes him seem smaller.
Confusing. Yeah, I think it does.
6'13, smaller than 7'1.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Obviously, he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. I say this. Ironically,
He didn't
though.
even shoot well.
Ironically, though, the Bucks essentially just did that to the Celtics today. They kind of just took Tatum out of the game, and the rest of the offense completely
he just
crumbled.
didn't shoot very well either, yeah.
They guarded him very well also, though.
Yeah.
Wes Matthews. He was a good defender today. He was in his ass. Drew
Holiday. People underrate him still.
He really didn't guard Tatum that much, which surprised me. They basically did what Milwaukee did to Brooklyn last year. They just like picked him up at the opposite free throw line, didn't let him get an inch of space, followed him around the court the whole game. Said, if you're going to score 50, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
And it was, and he didn't.
If you apply the same strategy to the two teams, just make the other guys beat you. I'd rather have Milwaukee's guys option. Like, I'll take Grayson Allen taking those shots over Peyton Pritchard, Grant Williams has improved a lot as a shooter, but
yeah, it's I would say the supporting guys are kind of a wash, I guess. Jaylen Brown's definitely better than Drew Holiday offensively, although he was terrible today.
He was so bad today.
Yeah. He did the classic every time he missed a shot, he held his hamstring, and then whenever he jumped 50 inches in the air and slammed the ball over the guy's head, he's like, hamstring felt good there.
Yeah, it felt good.
Huh, weird.
Felt springy on that one. I just teabagged Giannis on that putback.
Speaking of bodies not working, Marcus Smart was hurt. He hurt
every quarter?
If there's a fighting video game, all his areas are red damage.
Yeah.
He's got red damage. Legs, upper body, lower body, head.
Also want to say, don't overreact. First game of the series, they did take home court. It was not pretty. It was pillar to post. Led every quarter, pretty much kicked their ass.
Fully expected to be a good series. Not worried about that at all. Yeah. I would still peg it for 6 or 7 at this point. Ime Udoka. All the coaches left are good coaches. You don't win playoff series being a bad coach, unless you're Doc Rivers.
Bucks and 6.
Yeah, I'll take Bucks and 6, Bucks and 7 probably.
Give me the best player.
Yeah, It's good strategy.
We'll see if they can take him away next game.
I bet they're not going to take him away. Giannis only takes himself away. That's basically the only person that stops Giannis is Giannis. If we get a little more, Giannis gets a little, hey, I made a jump shot my first shot of the game. I'm going to shoot 7 of these.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah. Ugh, there were some bad years. I was like, Giannis, please, for the love of God, stop shooting threes.
Just go down.
If you shoot another 3, I'm going to fucking vomit.
I wonder how James Harden feels about his take that Giannis isn't talented and he just runs and dunks. Think he still thinks it?
When he wins like 9 titles, he'll just like, yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true, but that's the other thing. It's like, it's
Who
skilled.
cares?
I don't give a fuck. I'm effective. Being effective is more important than being skilled.
Yeah.
Shaq, not skilled. Incredibly effective. Doesn't take skill to do this. No shit. But you can't do what he does. That's life. You got fucked. You got lucky. You didn't.
I have a question.
Sorry,
we
James.
can move on from this. You said a thing.
I say a lot of things.
And I want to talk about it. I don't know.
That's what we do here.
You said every NBA player should be able to shoot 68% or better from the free throw line.
Wholeheartedly believe that.
Why do you believe that? They're just bad shooters. You just said it. They're unskilled players. There's very good athletes and effective players, but shooting is a skill. And
Giannis is like the top of that list, and he figured it out.
Oh, he's much more skilled. Ball handling, body control. He's much better.
With the amount of fucking coaching that is available to you as an NBA player.
I agree it should be better than a lot of these, like, top of the mind, Ben Simmons, Claxton, who we just saw in this last series. There are some very bad free throw shooters. 68's not.
He already shoots millionth You cannot tell me on whatever he shoots, 4 attempts a game, he makes 1 more free throw a game, and he's there. I understand his mechanics are bad. Even with bad mechanics, like if you have bad mechanics and you just practice a ton, and it's so
you don't think he's not
much
practicing?
In your head.
You don't think he's not practicing?
Then it's in his head. It's so in your head. You can have bad mechanics. If you can repeat those bad mechanics over and over again, and you believe in yourself that you're going to make the shot.
Are you talking belief factor right now?
Shooting the ball is 50% mental. 50% mental.
50% mental?
If Steph Curry and some other carbon copy of Steph Curry who has no confidence shoot all the same shots, Steph Curry's going to shoot better than the carbon copy of himself that doesn't think the shots are going in. That's just a fact.
I think it's a bad take.
If you don't think confidence and your belief affects the shots going in or not, you're crazy.
Sure, it might have effect. I just think that's a very high percentage for these really, really bad shooters.
68? Oh, that's just
Giannis, who you acknowledge has improved a lot and has become a competent free throw shooter.
Shoots like
72%.
Yeah, he got there. He did it.
But he's a skilled player and has solid. He's improved. Some of these bigs, I just don't know if that's in the cards.
Maybe not. I don't know. Giannis' shot was junk like 2 years ago. It was terrible. A year ago, he was shooting like 0 for 15 from the free throw line. And then his mechanics, essentially the same. He just clicked these
improved.
Yeah, sure. Well, that on top of that, his mechanics improved a little bit. And
you don't think these guys are not trying to do this?
I guess not. I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
I think that's a high percentage. Just I
think it's in their head.
It's a mental.
So mental.
I don't know.
Free throws are so mental. Free throws are so reliant on just focusing and thinking the shots are going to go in.
Man, I don't know. I think it's a bad take.
I don't think so. I think
I want to hear from someone. Actually, very few people listen to this. I want to hear what someone either comment or text us or tweet us, whatever. I think this is a bad take. I think
I also don't know any 7'2" people, so that's because in my Nick Claxton especially, he's 6'8". Just no excuse to me. No excuse.
Well, he's a bad shooter. He's got bad. He's trying. I think he's doing. He wants to get.
I think with his same mechanics, if he was confident that the shots were going to go in, he would shoot 68%.
He wants to make it. He's trying.
It's not want. It's think that you can. There's a difference. Obviously, you want to make the shots, but you think you suck. He obviously thinks he sucks at shooting free throws. He obviously is not confident shooting free throws.
I don't think that has that as big of a.
I think it has a huge effect. I think it is.
I don't think it's
almost more important than the mechanics.
Oof.
I think it's almost more important than the mechanics.
I don't think so.
As a person, Whenever I, in basketball, was not shooting well, I shot the same way every time. There was times in college where I would miss 20 in a row. In high school, the exact same mechanics, I shot 85%. And then I got to college, and I had no confidence, and I swear to God, I missed 25 free throws in a row, shooting the exact same way.
I think you just made you stink.
I don't think that's true. I think I just am an absolute mental midget.
Well, that's a fact.
Ben Simmons' mechanics are more than good enough to shoot better than whatever he shoots by 20%.
What he shot last year?
Bad, like 50%, I would imagine.
Let's see. If you shot...
Ben Simmons is just as skilled as Giannis. There's no excuse that he can't shoot the same percentage Giannis shoots, in my opinion.
He shot 61%.
68%. Easily in the cards for Ben Simmons. And obviously, he's not really the guy we're talking about in this. Like,
no.
I think we would all agree he's skilled enough to do that.
Like, I don't think Andre Drummond's got that in him. What did he shoot?
Maybe not. I don't know. It just feels like you just 68. Maybe the number's too high, but I don't
He shot 53% last year, dude. He's the career 47% free throw shooter. He's just never, ever. And it's not because he just is bad at shooting. It's not like if I truly believe I'm better and think like it's just not gonna go in. It's just a fact he's bad at shooting. There's no I'm confident. It's just a fact.
Maybe I don't know. To me, it's just
right. It's easy because we're not totally broke from 15 feet away. It's just different.
Just learn. I don't just do it.
I know. It's not that easy for these fucking guys. They're 7 feet tall. They've got gigantic hands. They just don't have any touch. They're so strong. It's just they're bad at shooting. They're very good at other things. That's why they're in the NBA. They're just not good shooters. And that's just a fact. And whether the mental things, they're I'm not very good at shooting. It is what it is. I want to make it. I'm trying for the guys. I want to score. It's just not going to happen. I just don't. It's very few guys. He's one of them. He's just
65. I'll lower it down to 65.
That's not even that. Yeah, maybe
65. If you can't shoot 65% from the free throw
Ben Simmons is the big one because he's can dribble and body control.
Ben
and
Simmons
movement.
is point proven that it's in his head.
Yeah.
65. Andre Drummond should be able to shoot 65% from the free throw line. He just should.
So. I just don't think so. He just doesn't have it in him. He's just not a good enough shooter.
I believe in him. I believe that all these guys are better. I believe in him. I think he could.
I don't believe in him at
all. I think he could. I think deep down, I don't know.
Hey, if you're an NBA player listening to this, drop a comment and let us know what you think.
There's just so many guys that improve so much at it. I don't believe you have some genetic disposition to be able to make free throws.
I think Andre Drummond spends
the
majority of this time in practice working on free throws.
I bet he doesn't.
It's his biggest problem.
I bet he doesn't. I bet a lot of these guys just get to the point, I'm a bad free throw shooter. Fuck it. I'm just bad. That's just what I am. I'm going to shoot my standard amount. I'm not going to really improve. This is where I'm at. I suck.
I disagree.
If Andre Drummond, if you listen to this, drop me your off-season workout. I want to know how many free throws you're shooting.
I think this is their job, and
his biggest weakness. You suck at your job. You've not improved.
Well, I'm good. I'm
how
good
are you
at other
not getting
things.
any better? That's the crazy thing to me. Is you don't get any better. You just stay the same forever. It's something that is just so mechanical and so mental.
He used to shoot. He's gotten better. He used to shoot 35%, 38, 41, 37. Now he's shooting 53.
37. That was, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He's a career 47% free throw shooter. He shot 54 last year. He's getting better.
He shot 60% one of these years. So he shot 60% before. He can easily shoot 65.
That was in 21 games, a very small sample. But yeah,
he shot
very few
60 in 78 games, 2017, 2018.
In what? Sorry, what year?
17-18, shot 60.5.
There you go, 60.
He could do it, 65.
That's the ceiling, 60.
No, he can do 65.
I disagree.
Andre, if you're listening, you can shoot 65%.
If you shot 100 free throws right now, how many would you make?
65? I don't know. I'm broke as fuck now. I haven't played basketball in forever. That's my point. Cold as fuck, not that good at basketball, could do it. You guys could do it.
Yeah, but that's your biggest strength in basketball.
True. Also, he shoots better than 60% in practice. I guarantee it. When he gets in the game, he shoots worse. Shoots much worse.
I wonder.
I bet. And obviously, it's like propaganda. Like Shaq in practice made 100 free throws in a row. He never missed. And when he got in the game, he just couldn't make it. It's like, that's probably bullshit. But like Ben Wallace is 6'8". He shot like 35% from the free throw line for his career. That's just, you just could have shot better. You just can't tell me that you couldn't have shot that better.
He's bad at it though.
Nobody's that bad at it. Nobody that's an NBA level player is that bad.
I think I could shoot 35% left-handed.
Yeah, probably. In my prime, I could have. Yeah,
In my prime, back in the day.
when I wasn't a fat bag of shit, I could have. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
When I was playing basketball every day.
Probably not now. When's the last time you shot a ball?
Long time.
Yeah.
At least a year.
Oh, yeah.
What was that time we were at Drew's house in his backyard? That's probably the last time.
Yeah.
That was what?
Year and a half, 2 years ago?
When did he move to Atlanta? However long ago that was.
Yeah. Well, he has
yeah.
a kid now that's almost 1. So.
Yeah, so been at least that long.
Year and a half, 2 years. Ugh. Anyone in the Chicagoland area wants to have a nice run of hoop, drop a comment. Let us know where to go.
Yeah. We'll take over your court.
Demoralizing loss for the Grizzlies, in my opinion. They got a really ceiling game from Jaren Jackson. He scored a lot, shot well from 3. John Morant wasn't efficient, but he scored 30. Draymond was kicked out before halftime for a flagrant 2.
Essentially, everyone for the Warriors didn't play their best game.
No.
Jordan Poole played great.
They were in foul trouble. Jordan Poole almost triple-doubled. He had like 35. He
Mm-hmm.
played really great.
Steph played not good by his standards.
No. And they still lost at home.
Yeah, at home.
In Memphis.
Tough. Yeah, that's a kick in the dick.
Demoralizing. Ja had a look at the end to win it. Really, really tough finish, being double teamed, but kick in the dick is right.
Weird refereeing. The fact that they didn't call an out of bounds on that last play and just jumped the ball up. Terrible.
Yeah, make
Terrible.
a call. Don't be a coward.
Don't be a coward.
You don't even have to be a coward.
No.
You just bailed out. You just get a look.
Whichever call you make is
It
right.
ended up not didn't. It didn't,
It didn't
matter
matter. They won the tip anyway.
for the result
really didn't
of
matter.
the game. Well, no, it would have. The Warriors ended up winning because it would have been their ball.
Warriors ball?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was off Memphis, and then Memphis got the tip.
So it was better for Memphis. So
Yeah, better for Memphis, but the Warriors won anyways.
yeah, so didn't matter.
Not getting the call, it didn't matter. Yeah, honestly, not that much to say. They're not as good as the Warriors. Bottom line, I think
Nope.
they're.
I think I knew that going in. Minnesota's a fine team, but the fact that they gave them as much trouble. That's what I'm saying. Last series, Minnesota gave Memphis as much trouble last series. Informed that Golden State was just a notch better.
Year away.
Yeah.
Need a guy. Dylan Brooks isn't the guy. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't think he's the guy. He's a fine player. I think if they inserted a better player in that spot.
They need another score because Jaren Jackson maybe he'll be able to do what he did today consistently. I don't foresee that probably, but maybe.
Yeah.
Bad Jaren Jackson is really bad.
Really bad. It's
Good
really
Jaren
ugly.
Jackson is intoxicating. You're like, this guy's going to be the best player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Is he Kevin Garnett? He might be Kevin Garnett, guys.
Yeah, he's blocking shots, and he went 6 for 8 from 3.
Splashing threes.
Yeah. Yeah. Ceiling triple J's.
When it's good, you're like, this guy.
it's good, it's hot.
It is fun.
Yeah.
How long before the NBA people turn on Ja and yell about him being inefficient and that he's
Soon.
a loser in the playoffs? How many more? Like next season? This season they won't say that.
No, they won't say it this year because they won a series, and he's still scoring a lot, although he's gunning shots. I could see them.
If they have home court advantage in a playoff series next year and they don't make it to the conference
see
finals, people are going to yell at them.
I could even see them.
Like,
it
think
going
about how quickly people turned on Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I could
In
see
the
it.
bubble, they're like, I would not pick 5 guys ahead of this
Top
guy to
10
build
player.
my team around.
Yeah. I could see even if they regress next year and finished as like the 3 or 4 seed and then lose in the first round, even if it's a close series, you're like, this was supposed to be the big step year. Or if they don't make the conference finals and are the 2, they lose to Golden State again or whatever. Yeah, I think it could go bad because he doesn't shoot well. The perimeter shot, he made his first 2 of the game. We're like, is this a good or a bad thing?
Yeah, and I would assume,
jump shooting.
Obviously, yeah, absolutely. How much will that improve? Will be the swing factor for the entire rest of his career.
He's a top 5 player in the league if he can shoot
Yep.
like 36% from 3.
Yeah.
Top 5
If he can do
player
it
in the
off
league.
movement, if he can, because his shot it also is like a slow release.
Yeah,
It needs
it's
to be open to get it
A
off.
little deliberate, yeah. Yeah.
Man, he just forces some shit just into the teeth of the defense. He finishes a lot.
I think might have a little bit to do with they don't have a lot of other scoring punch. I think he forces it a little bit.
But they do, and he's a good passer too. Sometimes it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he makes a pass on the money from the most obscene angles possible.
The last possession of the game is a good example of he just kind of tried to bowl his way and just got stripped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of
No.
pre the getting the Clay misses.
Yes.
Like the one where Steph stripped him
Mhm.
and they fouled. That was
He's a little predictable.
yeah,
But he's so fast that it doesn't matter a lot
he
of the
just
time.
blows
You can't
by
stay in front of
someone.
him anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going right. Okay. Oh, he went right.
See ya.
Where'd he go? Got any more takes, dude?
I'm formulating. I have maybe a scorcher for you.
Ooh, burn it down, baby.
I have a take.
Also, both our teams won, so we don't have to eat spicy food yet. Little fun fact.
That's true. And everyone's very worried, including me. I think the Celtics were rightfully favored in this series. Good start for me. Good win.
We'll see how Phoenix looks tomorrow. That would be a kick in the dick if they lost to Dallas.
They're going to burn Dallas to the ground.
Luke is good. I don't know. I hope so.
Phoenix in 5 max.
Okay. We'll see.
Sweep on the table.
What about having the best player? That's your strat? Dallas has the best player. How does that affect your logic?
They do. But he's going to have to be guarded by some real sick fucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a real...
Mikael Bridges kind of came out of his... He had a bad
It's gonna
first
be
2 or 3 games, and then he's like,
he might score 40, but it's going to be a tough 40 to get.
Yeah. Devin Booker's back. Devin Booker. Maybe Phoenix is the best player in the series.
I was...
Okay, say what you're going to say. Sorry I interrupted you.
I have a take. We're still talking Memphis, Golden State. I have a take. And I don't think I believe it, but I just want to talk about it.
The best takes. That's how they start.
I don't think I believe it, but I believe more than 0% of this take.
Can I predict what you're about to say? You think I could predict it, or is it that
I think you can
wild?
predict it.
Jordan Poole's better than John Morant.
That's not what I was going to say.
I don't believe that either, but yeah, that's a hot
But
one.
that's spicy. That's hot. I'm listening, though. It's
right.
Jordan Poole related. At this moment that we speak, Sunday night, 9:54, he's the most important player on the Warriors.
Sure, yeah.
35, 9, and 9 tonight.
It's hard to quantify that. He's certainly top 2 or 3. Obviously, Draymond being out didn't affect him too much.
No, he started the second half, and they immediately went on a run and took the lead.
Here's the thing. Him and Steph are like equal. As long as one of those guys has a good game, they're good, I think, in my opinion. It's an either or. If both of them have a good game, they're unbeatable.
I've never seen a player skyrocket into the stratosphere that he's entering. He's playing incredible.
If the Warriors win the series, John Morant has to give his most improved to Jordan Poole, who should have won it anyway. But the Spirit Award should not have gone to John Morant. Jordan Poole should have won it. But
Yeah.
a little easier to say now that
would
he's
agree with that.
torching people in the playoffs.
I mean, what else do you... I mean, he's been incredible.
Yeah, the defense isn't really very good at all, which hurts.
If we're gonna have a
offensively, he does everything you want him to do.
If we're gonna have a series, a 7-game series, and we throw the Memphis and Golden State players into a pool, no pun intended, where's he taken?
You think?
Audio only. I just held up a number 3.
Jaren Jackson,
Dude.
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green, incredibly important in his own way. One of the best defenders in the league, maybe the best. Dude.
Jordan Poole
Poole
is
is
an incredible
the-
scorer.
He was the difference maker today. He won that game today.
Yeah, and look, I'm hearing it. I'm listening to it. Probably the third player selected. You're probably right.
There's things he does better than John Morant.
Sure. He does, he does. He's a one-note kind of guy, but that one note, he plays the fuck out of it. He plays it really good.
He shot the best free throw percentage in the league this year. Did you know that?
I believe it. He's a great shooter.
Incredible shooter. It's unfair that they have him on their team.
Yep.
They've got the 2 best shooters maybe ever, and then they add Jordan Poole.
Build through the draft. Drafting's important. Second-round picks, they're not nothing. You got to scout those guys.
We talked about it. Maybe we talked offline about this. Maybe we talked about a max deal.
Yeah, he's going to get one. Whether they match or not will be the question, but he's absolutely going to get one.
They don't match.
They have to at this point.
They have to match whatever it is.
Yeah, they have to.
I'm so in. I believe it. I don't think this is a fluke whatsoever.
He was good all year. He was good last year.
He can't guard anyone.
No, he's a bad defender.
That's whatever, but that's why you have Draymond. That's why you have a good team defense.
They've got oodles of good perimeter defenders.
Yeah.
They got the mitten. Crammed on Desmond Bain today.
What a dunk.
Crammed. Get that guy.
It's
going to
be overshadowed.
Was he in the dunk contest this year and I'm forgetting?
No, Juan Toscano Anderson was.
Had the wrong Warrior in there.
Whoops.
Why the fuck was he in there?
I don't know. He was pretty bad.
Fuck, that was a bad
It's going to be overshadowed by Ja's first-round dunk, which was incredible. One of the best dunks I've ever seen. That dunk today over Desmond Bain was disgusting. Just some of the cleanest, just poster, just punch you've ever seen.
Clean through the rim. Very surprising that he got it, that he pulled it off.
Yes.
At no point until the ball was through the hoop did I believe he was going to make the dunk.
We both recoiled.
It screamed off the front of the rim, throw it off the back. Because usually when smaller guys like that go up for dunks, they're throwing it off the back of the rim because they don't have the length, or they dunk it kind of not so clean, chest to chest, on your fucking head off 2 feet.
Crazy
as
bounce.
Pretty a poster as you'll ever see.
Really good. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I say all this to say that Jordan Poole is sick, and I think that he's the most important player on the Warriors right now. That's your hot take.
Jordan Poole is good.
I'm still simmering on it, but I think he's good.
Yeah, it's a hot take.
I'm thinking he's good.
Jordan Poole is good.
I think he's the most important player on their team right now.
Sure, that's fair. I would argue him and Steph, or Steph's probably more important still. But
I said it was hot.
It's you're
first pick in the draft of the Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors. Team me selects Jordan Poole.
Okay.
I'm blown away, honestly. Every time I watch him, I told you today while we were watching. Every time I see him, it looks like he gets longer and taller. His legs and arms.
Get that from him? It seems like he's pretty normal size.
No, he looks so.
To me, him and Steph Curry look like the same size.
No way.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Really?
Jordan Poole's long as fuck to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Steph Curry looks like a little twerp.
Yeah, to me, Jordan Poole kind of looks.
No.
Steph Curry, 6'4" wingspan.
Okay. Maybe it's because he wears short shorts.
I was going to say
his
that.
Legs
he
look longer.
Wears very short shorts.
Maybe I'm getting optical illusioned by his short shorts.
Where is the wingspan?
Whatever it says, I'm going to disagree with him. I'm going to say his arms have grown.
Yeah, he probably just got longer.
How do we get a front page, Google search 6'4" Steph Curry wingspan? We can't get a Jordan Poole wingspan?
Don't know. What the fuck?
Just right off jump? What are you doing?
What is this?
Come on, Google.
What's his wingspan? I know someone measured it at some point in time.
What was his spark score?
6'6" wingspan. So, well, he's an inch taller. He has an inch longer wingspan.
He's so much longer.
Steph Curry is 6'3.5". He's 6'5.5". He does not have long arms relative to his body, really. But sure, whatever.
I'd like to say
he's certainly wiry.
Real quick, just like to say, I think I got optical illusioned.
Yeah, probably.
But that's fair. Just eye test. I just see him as being long. I think it's because he wears extremely short shorts and his legs look long.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's a me thing. Might be.
He's also skinny.
He's thin.
He wears a wristband. Maybe
wiry.
It accentuates the length of his arm. You're looking.
I got optical illusioned.
Yeah, the accessories. I think. It's a damn shame.
Certainly looks cooler.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck. He's swaggy Pool for a reason.
So cool.
Swaggy Poole. Man, of all the guys that I would have guessed were going to be good NBA players, would not have guessed him.
No.
I watched him in college. I was like, this
He didn't
guy's
start and then went to the draft, right?
Yeah. He had a crazy buzzer beater in the tournament. That was like his claim to fame. And then I think was on the team. Yeah, that was the year they went to the national championship game and lost to Villanova. He came off the bench on that team, and it was just like, this dude is a gunner. Shoots it every time he touches it. Didn't think he'd be this good.
Still a gunner.
Do you want to play a fun game with me?
Yes.
I'll read you the basketball reference nickname for players, and you try to guess who it is.
Yes.
All these players played in the 2 games today, so that'll help you narrow your player pool down.
Good list. All right, so for context, the basketball reference and a lot of other baseball and football reference pages are known to have just bizarre, wild nicknames.
Don't know where they pull these from.
They have player profiles. You pull up whatever. Kevin Durant, it has 6'11". It has his profile and all his stats. And it has a nickname section.
Durantula, KD,
the Thin
Slim
Man.
Reaper.
But then it'll have bizarre, off-the-wall shit that I've never heard them called in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
a lot of these guys weren't as agreed. I mean, some of these people, no one's ever called these people these things.
No one. I don't know where these come from or how they get on this page, but they're weird. So, from the players today,
there were a lot of players that were high-level players that had no nicknames, which surprised me. But either way,
Greek Freak is Giannis. Is that on there?
I didn't even put him on here because his were all like you just knew what they were. His
references to Greek. To
well, and none of them I'd heard them all, so they weren't that interesting.
Okay.
The General. Who is the General?
The General. Who would be the General? So my first thought would be like kind of vet, team leader, good vibes, high character guys. I'm thinking Celtics. Am I right?
Celtics is right.
My first thought was Marcus Smart, but I'm thinking Al Horford now.
Neither.
Damn it! What?
Think of a famous general, maybe.
Oh,
I think that's the bit here. I guess that would be what I would assume.
So I got the right answer. It just showed my work, and it was wrong.
Right team, wrong guesses.
Who is it?
Grant Williams, the general, obviously.
Obviously.
Everyone calls Grant Williams the general. General Grant, Ulysses S. All right.
What the fuck?
No one's ever called him that.
No.
Here's a good one. Here's one that made me laugh out loud. This player has 2 nicknames, Cobra and Wolverine. Who is called Cobra and Wolverine?
Cobra and Wolverine. Because now I'm trying to because you did the general thing. I'm trying to maybe.
Yeah, maybe I spoiled your brain. This has nothing to do as far as I can tell, nothing to do with this person's name at all.
Because I'm thinking Cobra Kai.
Nope,
Kai
nothing
Jones.
like that.
Obviously, he's not.
No idea where these come from. Maybe body type. It's kind of built like a Wolverine. Not like the superhero.
Maybe his name's Logan.
Nope.
Okay. Wolverine and Cobra. Boy. I literally have no clue, but I'm gonna go with Pat Connaughton.
Marcus Smart.
Damn it!
The Wolverine and the Cobra. Everyone
Obviously,
calls him that.
He's a Wolverine. And
I may have too many of these. Old Man. This player's nickname is Old Man. He has another nickname that's just his initials, so I won't say that one.
Good idea.
That's not a nickname.
No, that's not at all.
That's just your initials.
The Udonis Haslem didn't play today.
Nope.
The Old Man.
Everyone calls him Old Man.
Yeah.
Why would they not call him Old Man?
Who the fuck played today? Celtics, Bucks. Old Man.
I don't think you're going to get this one.
Is he actually old?
Not at all.
What?
Incredibly young man.
Why the fuck would he be?
Super not an old man.
What team?
Celtics.
Are all these players from the Celtics?
No.
Celtics.
I should.
Daniel Tice.
Jaylen Brown, old man. He's 25. Who calls him old man? Nobody calls him that.
And again, folks, the greatest source for NBA statistics and NBA archive on the internet, Basketball Reference, lists these nicknames for these players.
That's from somewhere, though. One person at one point in time called him that
once. Can you just submit? You're like, I call him Old Man.
Here's one for you. Bubba.
See, this would have been like Grant Williams or someone like that I would have said. Bubba.
Bubba. This guy doesn't really strike me as a Bubba. Maybe I could see it.
Bubba. I'm going to go with Bubba has to be Brooke Lopez.
Otto Porter Jr. Bubba. Looks like a Bubba, right? No.
Bubba Porter? I don't know, man.
He has a few that will give it away, so I'll read the other ones.
Okay.
The Prospect and Mr. Fantastic.
No one calls anyone those things.
Oh, blank Mr. Fantastic blank.
So the Prospect.
To the rim.
The Prospect, I assume... I don't know why I'm trying to well, it could mean the Prospect.
You might be... There's a through line to that one, I guess. It's kind of...
The Prospect. Is it also...
This guy was a very highly touted prospect. Maybe that just gave it away.
Who was the last one? Who do we say the last one was?
Otto Porter. Otto Porter.
The Prospect. I don't think Draymond was highly touted. I'll go with... Ooh, is this Pat Connaughton?
No.
Damn it. Multisport at Prospect.
Andrew Wiggins.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. What was the other
Maple
one?
Jordan, the Prospect, Mr. Fantastic.
I like Maple Jordan a little bit.
Yeah, Maple Jordan. That was a good
That's
one.
kinda nice.
When he was coming out in high school, people called him Maple Jordan. He didn't live up to that hype.
Shout out Canada. You're not Michael Jordan, though.
Junior Jordan. That's just
not a
mean to try and call him that.
Yeah. That one kind of makes sense. The Prospect.
Yeah, he's a huge prospect.
Highly touted. Number one pick.
Number one pick. G Money and Debo.
G Money.
Debo and G Money. Debo coming. I guess that's the reference from Friday. I don't know.
So G's. Draymond Green, G Money. But it probably a shooter. Like, hey, fucking G Money from deep.
Yeah, if Mike Breen calls this guy G Money in a game, I'll cringe out of my skin.
Ass.
I'll cringe out of my skin. Think of the player with a G in their name that you would most ironically call G Money. It would be this person probably. Is a shooter, so not that ironically, but just
Grayson.
Yeah, Grayson Allen, G Money / Debo.
Got there.
Nobody calls
Debo.
him. Nobody calls him that. I don't understand.
How would you feel as a player, or how do you feel about the home fans booing their own guy?
Almost never
as a bit.
do I think that's good.
Ironically,
if the guy's named like Lou.
No. Like Grayson, he went off against who they play in the first round?
Bulls.
Against the Bulls, scored like 30 points, and the bench was booing him.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. That's fine. I mean, as long as the player knows you guys are joking.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, maybe we get our home crowd. We'll start booing Grayson threes. Like it's everyone hates Grayson."
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny. Here's this guy. He might take the cake.
Okay.
Two of them I won't say because they just have his name in them. Big Smokey, the Electrician, Sea Captain.
Sea Captain.
SEA.
SEA.
The 7 Seas.
A captain of the sea.
Captain
Salty
of
dog.
Captain of a ship.
Yeah.
Of a vessel.
Right. He's a pirate.
Ferdinand Magellan.
Sure.
Sea Captain, the Electrician,
A
Big
real
Smokey.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Jack Sparrow.
Huh.
What
was the first one?
Big Smokey. The Electrician.
So is that like a high joke?
Could be.
They all smoke weed. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't narrow it down. A lot of NBA
they're
players.
blazing that shit up in the bubble. You haven't heard that?
Oh, man. Some of these are
What was the second one?
Bad.
Smokey.
The Electrician and Sea Captain.
The Electrician.
Captain of the Seas. 7 Seas.
Sea Captain. Who smokes weed?
Like you said, all of them. This guy, though.
What team does he play for?
He plays for a Western Conference team.
He's in the West. Big Smokey. Who gives me high vibes from either team? Electric. Big, like Draymond or Clay, I would say.
Clay Thompson, Big Smokey, the electrician, the
Sea captain.
Everyone calls him the sea captain. Didn't he have some picture? He was on a boat
maybe.
with a little captain's hat.
I think he does maybe.
I think
he likes
in his
water sports.
No, I think in his 2-year odyssey where he wasn't playing, there was some picture of him on a boat somewhere with a little captain's hat on. He's just
the electrician.
No one's ever called him that. No one's ever called him that. The dancing bear.
I can see it.
Draymond Green, the dancing bear.
I could have came to that. Actually, it might have been my first guess.
All right. Look
Sorry,
away.
I was
Look
looking
away.
over, yeah.
You cheated. The Human Torch, Threesus, Babyfaced Assassin.
That's Steph, right?
Yeah.
I've actually heard those.
Threesus. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
bad.
fucking terrible.
I've heard people call him the babyface assassin.
Yeah,
though.
that one I've heard. Human Torch, that just makes sense.
It does make sense.
I've never heard of anyone call him that.
I've heard people call him the babyface assassin.
Yeah. They don't have Cum Bucket for Jonathan Kuminga. I was a little
That's
disappointed
a
by
miss.
that. I've called him that. I'm calling him right now. I'd like to petition for that
let's
to be
get on it.
added
Let's submit
to
that.
the log. Cum Bucket.
Yeah.
Iron Man. Who do you think gets called Iron Man among the Bucks, the Celtics, the Grizzlies, and the Warriors?
Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, so it could be I like how I'm taking these seriously. Maybe it's is he into? Maybe he's into tech.
I don't know. I don't understand this reference at all. His name does not have Tony or Stark in it. As far as I know, he is not a huge games played guy. I could be
I was
wrong.
going to say, is it Mikal Bridges? He did play today.
If I'm not mistaken, he missed a giant chunk of time within the last 3 years. Don't get it.
Jaren Jackson.
Wesley Matthews, Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, I could have came to that.
Iron Man. Vanilla Thunder. Pretty sick.
That is nice.
Pretty
There's not that
fitting.
many whites. Is he white?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
White guy that can jump high.
I buy that. The only white I can think of is Daniel Tice. Thinking of whites. Pat Connaughton?
Yep.
Nice.
Vanilla Thunder.
Big
All right.
athlete.
That's really Memphis, not a single guy on their team, basically.
That has nicknames or
no.
that are not
No. Well,
their initials? Triple J.
Yeah. Triple J. John Morant didn't have one.
What do you think we could call John Morant? Brick City?
Yeah, Brick City. Yeah, I don't know. Slow-mo for Kyle Anderson, but that's just people actually call him
that one.
Luke Cornett, the Green Cornet.
That's
fantastic. Fucking great.
Especially now that he plays for Boston,
Yeah.
right? Oh, that's perfect.
Luke Cornett, the Green Cornet. I'm gonna be sad when I just kind of come to halfway through a season where they're just Luke Cornett's not in the NBA anymore, because all these guys like that whenever you're a big NBA fan and you are into these irrelevant bench players that never play, they don't announce those guys' retirement. They just
right.
You wake up and 3 years earlier they retired. And you have no idea.
Shams doesn't drop that one on the timeline.
No, Luke Cornett announcing his retirement will not be a news story other than in Luke Cornett's hometown.
Yeah.
Where's he from? Let's see. Where do you think Luke Cornett's from?
Exeter, Illinois.
Argyle, Texas. Nope, that's his high school. Who knows? Lantana, Texas.
There you go.
Nice. All right.
Naples, Illinois.
Naples, Illinois. I don't think he's from there. Is that a place?
Yeah, it's near where I live.
Oh, should we go?
Word
How's
on
it compared to Naples, Italy, and Naples, Florida? If you had to rank those three Naples.
Rank the Naples, I would say the Italian. It's in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Naples
I would say
is
the
in
Italian one's probably pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Naples has a lot of olds. It's probably a retirement community, perhaps.
I'm gonna say probably no. Okay.
Naples, Illinois, though, has the Botel, which is the preeminent entertainment spot in the West Central Illinois area for
What the fuck is that?
nightlife.
It's just a bar.
It's
a boat though.
Indoor outdoor bar that has it's like a musical venue as well.
Is
They
it
have
on water?
No, it's right now on the lake, next to the lake. It's not a boat.
It's gotta be a boat. That's
No, it's the Botel. It's it's used to be you could park and stay there and like a motel, but it's for people on the river.
That would be good, man. On the street, the Botel, Naples.
It would be electric.
Let's go to all three Naples, and then we'll do the definitive
rankings. Okay. Yeah. Tentatively, though.
Let's get passports and pay thousands of dollars to go to Italy as a bit.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Dude, just write it off. Fuck it.
Yeah, we
This
make
is
a
a
lot
business.
of money.
Yeah.
This is the business. We should just turn this into an LLC, even though we don't make any money. You know shit about taxes. You
Yeah,
make it
do
work.
I?
Fucking cook the books.
Yeah.
Make us.
Yeah.
Yes. Let
If
us.
you're listening at the IRS,
You're not.
turn it off.
This is a joke.
It's a bit. It's a bit and a bit. A bit about a bit. Anything else? We're going to the draft. We're going to Naples, Italy. We should wear the same thing in both places.
Yeah. What do you think what's the biggest NFL fan base in Naples, Italy, you think? I think they're Patriots fans? Probably Patriots, right?
Yeah, everyone's a Patriots
Cowboys,
fan.
maybe? I don't know.
Ew, Cowboys gotta be.
The Cowboys suck, though. Being a Cowboys
They do
fan,
now.
kind of terrible.
Yeah, unless
Sneaky, like,
unless
just
you're born
an
in, like,
awful existence.
1960.
Yeah, if you're our age and you're a Cowboys fan, terrible time.
Yeah, they've kind of been a laughing stock. Tony Romo dropped that extra point.
That's like
tough look.
the playoff moment for the Cowboys, and it's a
that's tough.
first-round game that they
Getting
lost.
their ass kicked last year by Jimmy Garoppolo. Whoops.
Aaron Rodgers made that crazy throw against them like 3
Yeah.
years ago. That's wild.
Hate to say it. Yeah, probably Patriots fans.
Yeah.
They've been the best.
I thought about learning a completely useless skill.
I think about that often. Useless
I'd argue
in what
most
way?
skills are completely
Yeah,
useless.
that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
trying to think. It's like these are all useless.
Yeah, go ahead.
These are all.
I have a few.
wasteful.
Okay, go, I'm glad you brought this up. Go ahead.
What if I just train my ass off to be like a really good quarterback? Now that's useless.
Yeah, now for sure.
That would be just like working with a coach. Like,
Can you throw?
throwing? I mean, like above average for an average person, I guess. I mean, no. Like, I don't know. Like,
How do you think your pocket presence?
better than I'm in like the 65th percentile of throwing a football. Is 99th percentile good or first percentile good?
90th, 99th is good.
So I'm like, 65th percentile throwing a football.
Or is
Yeah,
like
probably higher.
all men?
Of all human beings, I'm probably 77th percentile
Wow.
throwing a
Okay.
football.
Okay.
Of all human beings.
I actually don't throw a football well.
I throw a football
but
much-
I was never.
I can't throw a baseball at all. So.
I can throw a baseball much better
Okay.
than a football. So
I don't know.
we're a pretty good fucking duo. I'll hit the mound. You get under center. We'll take over the world maybe.
Yeah. Playing a stupid instrument like a stand-up cello or something.
I think it would be really fun. Also pretty useless to just play an instrument like the piano.
Yeah, but like playing something like
Like a cello, yeah, like a
I'm 35. I'm learning to play the tuba.
yeah, Brody. Why are you taking harp
Boom,
lessons?
boom, boom. Oh, I could if I had any fat friends. I could just follow them around. Fucking boom, 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 boom,
That'd be
boom,
really
boom,
funny.
boom, boom, boom.
Just have
So that
just
would
like,
be useful. What's the most useless instrument you
just
can
like
learn to play?
soundtrack their life.
Fucking xylophone or
No,
something.
like the harp or like the triangle. Do you actually play? Is that just like a joke?
Nah, that's not a thing.
The cymbals.
Again, it's just like that's pretty useless.
There's technique. There's technique. There's technique. What are some other skills? What do you?
I didn't really come up with any other ones. I just thought it would be funny to
It would be fun to learn an instrument. I think that'd be cool. Also,
But if you're not learning to play guitar or piano, no point in learning any other
yeah,
instrument,
what do you-
in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you enjoy in like a high school chorus? Where
Yeah.
you fucking relax.
You never played drums?
I would love to play the drums.
But in your real life, you can just have to join a band to ever
Yeah. I
use
think
that. I guess just do it,
it
for
would just be
yourself.
fun.
Just
It would
be
be
fun for
fun.
yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, in my mind, like drums aren't music. Drums are like what holds music together, which is cool.
You're
and
the
it's
glue
fun, but
guy.
like drums completely by itself is like not that not very audibly
be-
pleasing.
Yeah. It could be fun for the person playing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like
Not fun to show
just
off.
like headphones and just like play a song.
Most people watch and be like, I don't know. I guess it's
Yeah,
good.
you just,
It
like,
sounded you
yeah.
really banging the fuck out of
banged
them.
them.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's good. Sick beat, dude.
Rhythm.
I have a scenario for you.
Okay.
I have maybe a take. Because both of us, through our entire lives, were involved in athletics, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It dominated our entire life up until we were 20 or whatever. Huge, monumental part of our childhood. I think, or I'm going to pose it as a question to you, and I don't know what I would answer. Would you, because at this point, basically, there's a point in your life where that is really meaningless.
Yeah.
And it's it's the least useful thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, it was great. It was cool. It was, like I said, one of the biggest parts of our lives. But it's meaningless to this. There's no use to it. You're 6, 7. It's a pain in the ass.
Yes, wildly inconvenient.
Would you trade all of that, all of your athleticism, and I guess you'd have to give up like the memories and experience too, to be an excellent like musician, something that has more value throughout the rest of your life. Musician, like you could sing and play piano, sing and play guitar.
But I'm not excellent enough that I can do it professionally. Am I as excellent as that as I was excellent as basketball?
Equally as good at, yes. Something you could, I guess, because the other argument would be you can go play pickup and it's like playing, jamming with your band.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, probably not.
Something that is more useful throughout your life. You're not relying on your body necessarily, your athleticism as you get old. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand the scenario.
Because all of my best memories are of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could make other memories doing music or insert another skill. Whatever, something that would be more useful for the rest of your life. I think it would be so cool.
It would be.
To be able to...
Here's the other thing. You can still learn how to do that stuff now. You wouldn't be as
true.
good
Right,
as
right.
you are now, but you can't really learn to play basketball when you're 25, or you wouldn't want to for any reason, really.
You could certainly...
You could
get
definitely more
better.
easily get good. I mean,
Yes.
at a certain age, you're just not going to get any better at basketball. Like,
Yeah. There's just core...
when you get to 40 years old,
abilities.
you're not going to get better at basketball.
Yeah, there's just core abilities you have to learn when you're younger.
Mm-hmm. And also, just like it just requires physical fitness. Whereas
That's true.
Playing
I suppose
guitar,
it's still on the table.
you can play guitar
But
till you're dead.
But like singing, as you
Sure.
grow, is something
even that. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, I would keep
You're gonna
the
stick?
athleticism because
It's something I think about a lot.
It's a more rare. It's cooler. Not that many people get to experience that. I would think. Like
it's all my
I would
best
like
memories,
on the
really.
opposite foot. I would imagine a lot of people would have
go the other way. That's
been
the thing.
super
It's just
athletic.
we can't. Right. It's
And not
just,
that either of us were super athletic,
Right,
but like
but relatively to our-
we got very lucky, and we also managed to live in small towns where like we were able to
our
shine
relative
much more.
athleticism.
Our
Right.
pretty mediocre athleticism seemed really sick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think about it a lot because like my useless, like playing.
not shooting any jump shots. Really.
No, I'm not hitting the layup.
I will
lines,
say
doing the
there
drills.
is a huge market for being like a YouTuber that just one-on-ones people and they just film their 5v5s. Like there's people who
Really?
are giant YouTubers that just film themselves playing pickup and they'll like challenge other YouTubers to one-on-one games.
Really?
It's huge. It's a giant so now that I think about it, you could make money if you're a good basketball player, but and guys, they're like working with
Right.
skill coaches
And we're
they're
not
just
that,
YouTubers.
but that's cool. I didn't know.
Yeah, there's plenty of guys. There's this
You can
guy.
find anything on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a huge community for that on YouTube, and they're like, just like, hey, I'm going to this pickup run. Best players, come meet me, and there'll always be like fights and shit, and it'll just be
Nice.
good content, baby.
Nice, dude. We should get
This
more
trash talker, I 1v1 to trash talker for a pair of Jordans and $5,000.
click.
A lot of videos like that.
Yeah. A lot of videos on YouTube, including this one. So you should go over there and subscribe. It'd mean a lot. We're rapidly growing this channel. I think this content is really reaching the masses.
It's always good to hit the selling point at hour like 2 of the content.
Yeah, I'd love a call to action. I'd love a call to action like an hour 35.
For the one person that's accidentally left this on their TV while they left to go to the grocery store,
Yeah.
hit that like button.
hit subscribe. It would mean a lot. I would love. We're still in the stage where we see if it goes up. It really means
26 subs to 28. We're like, fuck
a lot. Dude,
yeah.
we just went up whatever percent that is.
Are we Mr. Beast?
We should start giving away money.
Yeah.
We should start making some first.
Yeah. No, I think we do it in reverse. Fuck it. We should go in a ton of debt before we make $1.
That is tight. All right.
Tax
let's get the
write-offs.
fuck out of here. Thanks
Yeah.
for listening. I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk. What is today? Sunday.
Gonna be a Monday when you hear this.
It's going to be Monday. We're really not going to have that much to talk about outside of NBA. So if you're an NBA type of person, tune in at the end of the week. We'll talk more playoffs. Hopefully things happen in the world that we can make fun of.
Dude,
and
we'll
take really seriously.
We'll banter on our life experiences.
Yeah, we go out a lot.
Yeah, we
experience the world. If that's one thing you need to know about us, we definitely
our past life experience, dude. We've been through so much. We've had such interesting lives.
We put ourselves out there all the time. So
we're fucking rambling. All right, let's shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all you get. If you want more, why? We'll give it to you anyway, though. Later. See ya.
See ya.